morning and welcome to Life Chats with Maggie and Bunny. I'm Maggie.
And I'm Bunny.
Hello, hello, hello. Well, today let's have a little chat about laughter.
Laughter.
You just say the word and you start to laugh, you smile, or do you? I came to the realization the other night when I went to a comedy show that I don't laugh enough.
Hmm.
It was so much fun. And I laughed until I nearly peed my pants, but I didn't, just so you know, I didn't. But as I was sitting there in that laughing moment and in that fun, I realized I don't laugh enough.
Hmm.
Do you laugh enough, Bunny?
Well, well, I don't think I laugh enough. I laugh enough, but I do. I mean, I do try to do things to like look up. I'm rewatching The Big Bang Theory right now, because I was sick for a few weeks here, and I wanted to uplift my mood a little bit, so I was starting to watch things. I found a Netflix series called A Man Inside with Ted Danson, had watched that, and then like I said, I rewatched Brooklyn Nine-Nine and The Big Bang Theory. Would I Lie to You is a TV show, a BBC TV show. You could find episodes on YouTube. So I was watching those as well. So I do like try to like get, laughter into my life a little bit more. And I did just recently see, I think it was a post or a TikTok video that said, you know, that's one of the things from childhood, right? Like kids laugh all the time. And like watching videos of like little kids getting tickled or,
Yeah,
doing peekaboo or something, right? It's like, and then it makes you laugh too. Like laughter's so contagious. So
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I thought it was funny even when you say that because my grandson, I was on video call with him the other day and he was asking his mom to tickle him.
Yeah.
And he would start laughing before she even got her hand there. And
Yeah.
children do that. Like you just have to say the word tickle
Yeah.
and they'll start laughing. But for me, I realize, and maybe that's the same for a lot of other adults listening, when is the last time that you had a belly laugh?
Hmm.
Like I know for me, it was Tuesday.
Yeah.
But before that, I can't tell you when the last time was.
Hmm.
I will again tomorrow because I'm going to another comedy show.
Oh.
I'm going to feed this comedy thing
Yeah.
while while it's available. But yeah, we as adults, we don't belly laugh.
Hmm.
Whether it's that we don't go to comedy things or we don't have a
Yeah.
lot of funny things happen, or do we hold in?
Well,
Do we?
I was gonna say sometimes even like I think some of us are self-conscious. Like if you're somewhere, like are you laughing? Like are you too loud? I know that I get told a lot. People will be like, "Oh, I could hear your laugh." Like I could hear you laughing. And like they're in the hallway at work and they were like, "I could hear you laughing. I knew you were here." And like I got self-conscious by it, but they were actually complimenting me. Like they were saying it was a good thing, but I felt self-conscious like, "Oh no,
Yeah, I'm too
I'm too
loud.
loud."
I'm too
Yeah.
much. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
other people may feel the same way, but
Yeah.
yeah. So it's we need to do it more. Laughter is supposedly good medicine,
Yes.
and I can tell you from my own experience, it's a lot of fun.
Hmm.
And find excuses to laugh. If you're not somebody who laughs naturally, find ways to go there.
Yeah.
Go to a comedy club where everybody's laughing and you have
Right.
permission to laugh as loud as you want
Yes.
because nobody's looking at you.
Yeah.
Go to a funny movie or even watch a funny video.
Hmm.
I remember I used to watch um the videos of people do the darndest things or kids
Yeah.
say the darndest things or
America's
funniest home
Funniest Videos. Yeah.
videos,
Yeah.
America's Funniest Videos. So you used to watch those all the time, and some of those would make you laugh out loud.
Yep. Yep. For sure.
And but I don't see them anymore. I don't see those kind of shows on
Hmm.
TV now. But I'm sure you can find
Well,
things
I was
like
gonna say
that.
I follow America's Funniest Videos on TikTok, so it is still out there. And I have, for me personally, being Canadian and having being first generation Canadian and my dad's side of the family coming from Scotland, I do find that I tend to like BBC comedy stuff a lot.
Hmm.
And thankfully I can find a lot of it on YouTube for free.
Yeah.
So I do that. I have started watching CBC as well. So like for free. Like I don't own a TV, haven't had one in probably 10 years. So I watch my content through a computer or my phone. And CBC has like the website and it's free to like access a lot of their shows. So I'm rewatching Schitt's Creek with my sister because she just found it. One of her friends just showed her it, and all of that is all the actors on there are Canadian.
Hmm.
So that's really cool. I like supporting Canadian content as well. And then there's a show on there. It's new. It's the first season. I think it's 5 episodes in, called North of North, and it's all about like a family, well, a community in Nunavut, and you know what they go through. So I was like, hey, yeah, that's cool because I also get to learn a little bit more about the culture, but there's also like some funny things. There's some, like all sitcoms, there's some heavy stuff too. With family like divorce and stuff like that
Yeah.
that would be on
Yeah.
there. But there's some like pretty good funny little things in there. And I think that it is funny now that I'm thinking about it, this like brain bucket opened up is I used to love the TV show Friends. Like I absolutely adored that TV show. And I know that like now I rewatch it and there's some topics that you're like, it didn't age well. Right? Like even
It's kind
watching,
of it's kind of like Archie Bunker.
right,
Like if you were to watch old shows of that,
right.
you as I used to watch that as a younger person,
Hmm.
and I'd be laughing my butt off
Right.
because it was so funny. Where now when I watch it and I go, oh,
Yeah, it feels icky now because the world is different.
yeah.
But the thing is, at the time that these, and I think like I've talked about this before, is we to change kind of those sensitive topics, we will do it through comedy first
Hmm.
because then it kind of makes it a little bit easier to it's kind of like I just got in the brain bucket like a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. So it's like a very similar thing to that where
Yeah.
the laughter, the jokes will help the heaviness of that topic kind of go down a little bit easier. And it's so funny too, because of course my brain is like, this is conditioning, this is programming, social, like, and this is what happens is comedy, we push topics with comedy, right? And so, yes, there's going to be tons of like comedy for you is going to be different than comedy for me.
Absolutely.
We may overlap in some things, but then there's going to be other things where it's just not funny to me at all, or where you're like, I don't like that at all. And
Yeah.
that's perfectly okay, right? Like
And I
that's
think it is as well, sometimes based upon the mood that you're in.
that too, yeah.
Sometimes you're just not in the kind of mind space to be able to handle that. And
Right.
sometimes you might be in a mind space of thinking, oh, that's just ridiculous. I can't even go there. And then other days where you're feeling a little freer, hey, I can laugh at it. It's funny. It is
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
It is. So, yeah, it's good for you. It is
Yeah.
good for laughter, is good for you.
Laughter is so good for you. I also did see this thing as well. Now it's not exactly laughter, but it's the precursor to laughter, which is the smile. And so I also saw this thing, and I would say to anybody out there who wants to try it, if you're not smiling right now, even if you don't feel like smiling, because there's times where I do not feel like smiling, and it said that if you just start smiling and hold a smile for at least 17 seconds, you will actually start to feel a little bit uplifted.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you aren't actually smiling for any reason, you could just be by yourself
Yeah.
and just be holding a smile for 17 seconds. Your brain doesn't know that you're not smiling because you're happy. It just
Yeah. Doesn't
your
know the
muscles are moved.
difference. Yeah.
And speaking of muscles, that is one thing too, I will say that when my late partner Steve and I met online, when we first started talking to each other, I smiled and laughed so much my cheeks hurt. Like it would hurt so bad. And so, like you said, even going to a comedy club or a good show, a good movie, and like your
Yeah.
sides hurt, like from just using those muscles to like laugh and like smile and clearly if
Yeah.
they hurt, that means you haven't been using them using them for a while. So
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. So maybe that's the test. See if it hurts.
Yeah.
Laugh and see if it hurts. I did notice the other night as well, a side effect of laughter was that I slept better.
Yeah, wow, yeah.
I was so relaxed when I come home from that evening out and had a fun time. I was so relaxed that I just slept better.
Yeah.
There was no need to have a come down,
Yeah.
to get into that space. No, it was just very relaxing.
Yeah, I never thought about that. I never thought about that before. Now, of course, I'm going to say this again, like because I just mentioned, not all comedy shows are for everybody.
Right.
And there might be times where like, you'll see a comedian who like out of a list, I don't know what type of thing you're going to, but like I've gone to like open mics or something like that where so there's like multiple comedians and some of them like everybody else is laughing but I'm like yeah like it's
Yeah.
okay but it's not my biggest thing my biggest like the biggest reactions that you'll get from me for anything is the ones I don't see coming. So like if it's something that like you just did not because my mind sees patterns a lot. So it's if I see something that like you just didn't see coming. I guess I'm gonna share a joke that my sister it's my sister's favorite joke. I'm gonna share it. She always has me tell it
You're
because
laughing ahead of time, so it must
I'm
be good.
laughing ahead of time. I'm laughing ahead of time because the joke that it is like she absolutely loves it and I love her reaction to it. And the it goes like this. I want to die peacefully in my sleep just like my grandfather did, not screaming and crying like the passengers in his car. She always she always think that that's really really funny.
But for somebody who may have been in an accident last
Yes,
night,
of
they
course.
wouldn't find that funny. That would be
Right.
triggering and it
Right.
wouldn't be funny.
Yes.
You don't have a trauma from an accident.
But it is like because you and I think that the reason that she is because you don't like obviously I didn't preface it to her that like with a that it's a joke. So you don't know that there's going to be a punchline if you just
Mhm.
say that like, this is the thing. And even if you did know that it was going to be a joke, if you haven't heard that joke before, it's still like, what's that? What's this? Where's this going? And I think that that's more of what it was, is that the
Yeah.
first time she heard it, and then it's like a connection. I also talked about this too, inside jokes. So having inside jokes with people, I like to make connections with people, especially people that, coworkers and family friends that you're going to see quite often. I make like a personal connection with them by getting an inside joke, something that like we can laugh about whenever we see each other and like little tiny like little jokes with people. Um and so like it just makes people feel special, I think, when you have inside jokes and little
Yeah.
family little things.
And sometimes those inside jokes don't even start out as a joke. Like,
Right.
even for example, this comes to mind because this morning I accidentally broke a jar of cinnamon
Hmm.
all over my floor just before my grandson called me to chat with me. So he says, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Grandma had an accident. I spilled cinnamon all over the floor. I broke a jar. I had an accident." And he's laughing and he goes, "Why did you do that?" And to him, it wasn't the same.
Yeah.
To him, it was funny.
Yeah.
But to me, it was a big giant mess and there was
Yeah.
no funny in it. But it became funny then
I was gonna say, yeah.
when he thought that it was funny. And then we had this whole conversation about when accidents happen. And
Hmm.
sometimes you make a mistake and it makes something else happen. And so having that kind of conversation with a 3-year-old is
Yeah.
different. But it did lighten the load of that broken cinnamon going all over my floor. And I was able to laugh at it that, hey, maybe it happened so that I could have that little laugh with my grandson about spilled cinnamon.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
must be a joke about spilled cinnamon somewhere.
I, yeah, don't cry over spilled cinnamon. No, I don't know. It's something, something. But yeah, like, and So that's really cool. Like being able to see a different perspective and a more lighter perspective. Of course, right in the middle of things you might not be able to, but
Not when I was
eventually.
cleaning up the cinnamon,
Yeah.
but yeah, after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there's different kinds of laughter that way. It's
Mhm.
okay. But
Yeah.
find your laughter. That's kind of our topic for today and
Yeah.
our encouragement. Find your laughter. Find time to laugh,
Yeah.
whether you're laughing at yourself, or with someone else,
Hmm.
whether you find it through TikTok or YouTube or television,
Yeah.
wherever. Find reasons to laugh.
Yeah.
Find
And,
reasons to laugh.
and maybe share some with us in the comments on this video. Go ahead and write, if you can, clean cleanest joke,
Tell us a joke.
cleanest joke or something, something that you've laughed about, tell us what makes you laugh, what things bring you joy and make you smile. Yeah. That's it for
Fabulous.
me.
So, how do
I-
they do that, Bunny?
So you can do that by, well, commenting on our stuff. If you could comment, share, like, follow, all that good stuff for our videos and our YouTube channel we're trying to build up more, our Spotify followers as well. Follow us on everything. Even if you followed us on one,
Even if you don't
follow us.
want to follow us.
Follow us everywhere. And you can also, if you want to reach out to us and give us some topics, comments, ask to be a guest, ask us to be a guest, whatever it is that you want to do, you can email us at ataboveandbeyond@gmail.com and visit our website at ataboveandbeyond.com. That's it for me
Yeah.
for today.
Have
Yay.
a great day. Find your
Bye.
happy.